Hey guys, how you doing? Right, so I want to speak to you today about what happens in overlay, alien implant, chakra removal sessions that I run, because I get a lot of questions and a lot of emails, people asking me, oh, how do you do this, and well, how do you remove that, and how am I going to die, and what about this overlay, and you know, this, that and the other. So I thought I'd do a video to clear it up. So first things first, I just want to make it clear that it makes me laugh because this chakra removal is like 0.001% of the whole body of work that I actually do. You're talking 2, nearly 3 books full of overlays, manipulation, hybrid machinery subordination. We're talking DNA activation, multi-dimensional bodies activations. We're talking removal of nanotech, nanobots. Talking about the removal of plugs where they've plugged certain abilities that we have, like teleportation, telepathy, manifestation. And of course that doesn't mean that, you know, in the morning you're going to be able to teleport over to Australia or anything. It just means that that ability is no longer lying dormant within you and you can relearn it. So that's the first thing. The chakra removal is the tiniest part of everything that I do. But I will talk about the chakras because obviously that's what people are really interested in, even though there's much more serious stuff going on than that, although it is a big one. So let me just clear something up, right? The chakras, the fake chakras, the 7 chakras, the artificial overlays that I talk about, they're not in your physical body, okay? So when people say to me, you can't remove chakras, I'm not talking about physically moving an organ or anything like that. These are in the etheric, they're in the astral realm. The astral realm is not physical, it's thought form, okay? It's instantaneous. And so it's a combination of intention, frequencies that I've obtained over 2 years to be able to do this, and I use a pendulum as well. Pretty cool one, Arcturian technology. It's a right little demon hunter, that one. But anyway, so it's not a case of I'm physically removing something. I'm removing it from the astral, okay? Now, this is something that needs to be done safely, and I'm not saying that people can't remove their own chakras. You can remove your own chakras, but with the information that we have, we know that there is, if someone just removes their chakras and they don't do anything else, no overlays or anything surrounding it, it can set an alarm bell off in 4D, and it can alert other energies or entities. Think of it like a control center. A lot of the hybrid machinery that I remove is all monitoring. It's monitoring our level of consciousness, it's monitoring our thoughts, it's monitoring our heart energy, because obviously they want to keep that shut down and low. So we're constantly being monitored, okay? As sad as that is, and I realise it's sad, and I realise people don't want to hear this. The first person to realise that, trust me. But the point is, if you just go off and you do a chakra meditation and you don't remove anything else, you don't remove the surveillance technology around that, you potentially are setting yourself up to feel worse and to be more targeted, because we have a series of detonators within us as well. These are etheric, okay? So when you hit certain levels of consciousness, or you start feeling really good, sometimes it sets off a detonator to bring us back down again. So all this stuff has to be done meticulously, because what we're talking about here is we're talking about AI. We're talking about AI technology, okay? AI is meticulous in the way it operates. Think of a computer. There's a backup system. There's fail-safes. So we have all this going on running through us as well. So I just want to make that clear to people that by all means you have free will. Go off and do what you want. Go off and do what you do. But make sure, if you do it yourself or the person that you're working with has all these other overlays, and do your proper research on it, okay? So I just wanted to clear that up, okay? Because people go, oh, well, how can you do that and how can you do this? what I'm doing, I don't have any special powers. It's just I've been training for 2 years. These are abilities that I've enhanced in myself, and I'm now tapping into. We all have that potential, all of us, but we have to be aware of our limitations to start with. Okay, so that's the first thing. And like I say, if anyone wants to find out more about this information, they want me to send it, email me, tony@transcendingtimes.org, or contact me in the contact link that I leave in the below description. Okay, and I will send it to you. You can have a look at it and you'll see what I'm saying. Okay, there's ream after ream of overlays and stuff. Yeah, so the point is that all of this gets taken off in the astral with a combination of intention. And you think how strong intention is. Intention, pendulum work, which is a very high this has, I think, about 100 different crystals in it, so that's a very powerful energy, and frequencies as well. Okay, so think of it like attunements, like, you know, when you have Reiki. Okay, so different style to that. So that's effectively how it's done. In terms of what else happens, so a typical session would be, we sit down, I advise of what can happen after the session, how there might be a purge, and how you might feel like this, and how you might feel like that. And then we tune in, and I start off by removing the pod, which is, if you imagine in the Matrix, where all those people are in pods, that's actually what we're born into. And within those pods we have different overlays and manipulations, AI. So the first part is pulling the plug, which part of that is the chakras and all the other overlays that come off. Then we go into body scanning, and this is with some clear visual abilities. I remove hybrid subordination mechanics, and these could be known as alien implants. Find a lot around the pineal gland, a lot of metallic around there. They want to shut that down. Like I say, there's amplifiers around us, whereby, just say you've got a subconscious part of you that feels unworthy, they hone in on our weaknesses. So that unworthiness can be amplified from 4D to make it feel worse. So there's a lot going on around the pineal, around the right side of the brain. Often find a lot of mechanical stuff. That's our creative part of our brain. Obviously loads around the heart. Again, we have amplifiers that are amplifying low vibrational frequencies. The heart's very high vibrational, very powerful vortex. They want to shut people's hearts down, and one of the ways that they're doing this is this amplifier with low vibration frequencies. See etheric worms, lots of different blades, and lots of mechanical stuff, clamps around the jaw. There's even a metallic thing on the mouth, which I've got, that it's to almost stop people smiling or not smile as much, because when we smile, what happens? Our vibration raises. What happens to the other person you've smiled at? Their vibration raises. So you would not believe the amount of they've just left nothing to chance. And this is what concerns me when people go off and they do, you know, just be careful, just hold your horses. Make sure you're doing your research. Just, you know, the person that you're seeing, they clued up, they channel in false white light. You know, there's so much deception going on out there. You know, because a lot of people within the new age, they've still got their chakras. And if you're allowing some Reiki teacher to work on you, who's plugged in with the chakras, you don't know what's coming through that. And I'm not scaremongering. I'm not saying everyone's like this, but I'm just trying to get the point across, is that this new age arena is not what we think it is, guys. It's not at all what we think of it, and we need to tread very carefully. So moving on from there, after the body scanning and the removal of this mechanical alien tech, if you like, we then go onto the physical body and realign anything that's out of kilters. So adrenals, I often find the adrenals are out of kilters with people where there's so much stress, or they're drinking too much caffeine. thyroid. I often find people's thyroids being targeted through chemtrails. And we go through that, realign anything there, realign the energy bodies, emotional body, astral body, clear up the auric field, check the main systems, enteric, nervous, immune, endocrine systems, check that they're okay, check the gut lining for the belly brain, make sure that's nice, because that's where our higher thought is, our knowing and our intuition. I go through that, and then we move on to activations of telepathy plugs, removal of plugs, activation of diamond body, removal of holographic themes and grids, that kind of thing. And then we move on to the more AI stuff, nanotech, nanobots, Morgellons, can check for that. Also there's a transgender thing with the nanotech that's coming in, so I check for that as well. Remove scarcity programs, return monotonic gold. So it's very, very in depth what I do. So it's about an hour to 2 hours long, depending on what I find. Everyone's different. And yeah, I guess from the session you can feel, it depends on your level of physical health and mental or emotional health. If you've got a lot of trauma in your life that you've not done any work on, sometimes there can be an emotional purge. And again, physically, if you're not in a good physical way, there can be a physical purge. But I've seen fantastic results. People have had aches and pains clear up that have been there for a long time. And the testimonials are all on my website, transcendingtimes.org. So you can check out there. And I also have a Facebook group. If you just type in chakra and overlay removal, Tony Sayers, the group will come up, and there's people in there that have had sessions that will give testimonials as well. So yeah, like I say, if you want to find out more, you can email me, tony@transcendingtimes.org, or just click in the link below. Otherwise, I think that clears it up. I can't think of any other, but guys, if you've got any other questions, please leave them below. Like I say, I love to interact with you, love to answer your questions. I realise this is a big body of work and there'll be a lot of questions, so I always reply. So feel free to get involved, and like and subscribe if you like the video, and subscribe, it really helps me out. I think that's it, guys. So have a wonderful week and enjoy whatever you're doing, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.